Well, hey there. It's me, Jordan. Gosh, I'm so glad you found me. You know, this whole YouTube thing is, well, it's an awful lot like, dancing. I mean, sure, yeah, you can do it by yourself, but, well, yeah, it sure is great when other people join in. Yeah. You know, I've been a little bit preoccupied lately with the truth behind the truth. You know, yeah, and it's kind of like, what are the reasons why a company is actually creating a product? You know. Hey, yeah. Here's an example for you. A little bit ago, there was a tiny little technology startup, and they released this bright orange little doodad called the Rabbit R1. Now this little sucker wasn't much more than just a screen with a funky little wheel on it, but the pitch was that this little box was a gateway to an artificial intelligence powered world of, well, pure imagination. But what was the truth behind the truth? Huh? Well, it was pretty obvious, actually. Comparatively expensive hardware that could have just been an app, and a marketing spin basically designed to swindle consumers and investors. Yeah, it was a scam. I mean, sure, of course, the product actually exists, but well, it's basically terrible. And the only net result was well, it was that the guy behind the company, he got rich off the false promises of the Rabbit R1. You might even say, here today, gone tomorrow. A flop from the very first nibble. That is one bad egg. Cause Easter bunnies leave eggs. Anyhow, Apple just released a new iPhone. It's got an E on it, which doesn't actually stand for anything, but when a company is actively selling 7 different versions of the exact same phone, well, I mean, I guess you gotta throw whatever you can at the wall to differentiate the product. So, yeah, the iPhone 16E. Oh, hey, you've watched all the rest of the videos on TechTube. Now sit back, and yeah, and enjoy, well, the goodest. Yeah, gosh, I sure don't know what the point of this phone is. You know, it seems to me like one of Tim Apple's a supply chain special. You know, a collection of cheap and recycled parts, you know, slapped together to make something new. But that something new sure does look a lot like everything else in the lineup. And a heck of a lot like one of the phones that came before it. Let's go ahead and crack this apple open and break it down bite by bite. Alright, it's got the size and the screen of the iPhone 14. It's got one of the cameras and what is good, the USB-C from the iPhone 16. It's got mostly the same internal hardware from the iPhone 16, shows that it can run Apple Intelligence, although, I mean, gosh, I'm not really sure why anyone would want to do that in the first place. So, you know, like I said, parts been supply chain special. Well, in fact, we might even get more mileage here out of chatting about what this phone doesn't have. I had aforementioned second camera. Yeah. Although again, frankly, in my ever so humble opinion, it's not really a huge deal one way or the other. We have, as the saying goes, we have the technology. But how about this one? Wireless charging. Wireless charging, it's kind of sort of there, but no MagSafe. I mean, wow, it's one of Apple's, honestly, one of Apple's greatest inventions, innovations even, you know, simple, easy, brilliant, magnets. But no, not on this new phone. Yeah, that's weird. That's pretty weird. Anyhow, what else? Well, oh yeah, it doesn't have any kind of new or innovative design, you know, like a smaller form factor or a folding form factor, or a keyboard form factor, or I know, how about this, a watch form factor that can be used independent of a phone as a proper phone substitute. Yeah, I think that'd be, well, yeah, I think that'd be pretty neat. And even though the E seems to stand for cheap, well, it sure doesn't have that cheap price point, especially for such a parts bin supply chain special. Or in fact, guess what? The phone it replaces, the iPhone SE, was nearly $200 cheaper than this new fella. Still pretty expensive, but at least the old phone gave us some options in form and functionality. Yeah. You know, call me an old fogey, but yeah, that iPhone 8 era fit and finish. I mean, gosh, that was something. Sure felt good in the hand. You know? Yeah. Yeah, that was something else. That was something else. So I guess what it comes down to is, well, why does the parts bin supply chain special of a phone cost upwards of $200 more than the model it replaces? Why does the new budget iPhone cost almost as much as a flagship iPhone from just a few years ago? I don't know. I'm just a guy on YouTube. You're just you. Leastways, I sure hope you are. And Apple, well, I suppose they just keep charging more and more for less and less, because people keep paying for it. Which I suppose brings us to the most important question. Should you pay for it? Well, gosh, again, I don't know. If it were me, well, I'd grab an old phone out of a drawer before I plop down the cash for a 16E. And if I'm really looking for a budget deal, well, I mean, I'm a huge fan of used and refurbished. In fact, the phone, the 16E, is stealing most of its parts from, the iPhone 14, well, that one is available in Apple's refurbished store for about $60 less than a new 16E. Plus, you get that extra camera on the back as well. Now, you ask me, that's a pretty good deal. But again, if you're really playing the budget card, you'll never save more money than the money you don't spend in the first place. So, what do you really need in a phone? Are you locked into the whole Apple ecosystem? Hey, you know what? Maybe it's time to stop rewarding these technology companies for finding new and innovative ways to take our money. I don't know. Well, hey, maybe you do. And if you do, well, gosh, I sure would appreciate it if you could lump a fella in. Yeah. Anyhow, yeah. Thanks so much for hanging out. Yeah. I'm Jordan. I sure do hope you're still you. And hey, yeah, this has been the Slow Tack. Yeah. Bye. Oh, hi. Hey there, buddy. Hi. Long time no see. Okay. Well, there you go. See you next time.